At the middle of a night, we see an average Genshin enjoyer in his natural habitat.
Yeah, boy.
Piles and piles of trash are on the ground because he never touches grass. Mountains of cup noodles layered because that is all he can afford for getting a C6 Ganyu. I don't blame him though. But oh boy, this man has committed far more unforgivable sins than indulging in gacha addictions. There is a special place in hell reserved specifically for him. Such sin materializes when an insatiable urge to pour all your money down the drain for a complete stranger on the internet. Scientists have spent years trying to decode this action, hoping to understand the motives behind such maidenless behavior. They have even given a special name for this unending rabbit hole, the b***less zone. We now know such mortifying behavior as simping, and as for the object of worship for our main character, it is none other than a Vtuber. In complete darkness, the MC reaches for his phone and signs away one bowl of ramen worth of life savings for his idol. Apparently, he has never seen such a unique stream in his life. As the Vtuber calls to thank him for the donation, we find out that our boy is named Ao-san online. With a big smile, the Vtuber model thanks Ao for his donation and his time for finding a starting Vtuber like her. Perhaps it was fate, because among the sea of already established icons, he managed to find her stream. On that day, humanity lost a fellow member, but a simp emerged out of the blue. The next day, we hear some people gossiping around our simp. He is Miyagi and was a programmer at Gigantic Hard Corporation. Well, why would a promising talent be working at a convenience store now? Miyagi was dumped by his fiancée not long ago. The shock and psychological trauma were too much for him. He is unable to continue functioning and decided to work at a convenience store. The MC seems to know who the two gossiping Obasans are. They are from the early religious service, and they won't shut up until having walked home to gossip about others. Furthermore, what they said doesn't seem to be the whole story. The girl that dumped our boy had been going out with him for 4 years and is a senior at his workplace. So after being dumped, MC became a laughingstock at the company. He became severely depressed and, under recommendation by his doctor, quit his job to heal up mentally. However, for better or for worse, an icon appeared like a beam of light in Miyagi's time of darkness. As we speak, the owner of the convenience store brings over a postcard with anime waifus to Miyagi, knowing he will coom all over the place. It is a ruffle ticket. Miyagi slowly reaches his hand inside the box and draws one. These tickets can be traded for corresponding waifu merch upon redemption. Unfortunately for MC, he did not draw the one he wanted. The one figure he always lusted for has always been Amasaki Nina. She is a Vtuber that debuted last year. Her cheerful personality and casual chat during streams have amassed a vast audience base. Due to the rising popularity, she even trended on social media. And all thanks to her appearing in his life at the right moment, our boy is able to recover a bit of mental to work part-time. Now he carries a 2D cutout of Nina as his protective charm. Looking at the cute drawing, Miyagi thinks to himself, do I keep pulling gacha or should I pay the rent? When in doubt, swipe the card. Because remember guys, rent can be paid later, but limited banners only appear once. However, the MC chicken's out paying rent late and opts to postpone the water bill instead. After gathering some more thoughts, Miyagi looks over to his shoulder, only to see a female figure sitting in the park, alone. The girl has a long blonde hair draping to her waist. She is sitting quietly on a bench. It is not the first time she has been here alone. In an instant, many thoughts pop out in Miyagi's head. Is she a student? Why is she here? Does she go to school during the daytime? Is she running away from home? When the girl looked over at the direction our boy was in, he was long gone. He rushed away so hard as if his life depended on it. An intense gaze from the girl will certainly make his PP go boom. He cannot risk bodily injury as claims will likely require prior authorization, and we all know that is not going to happen in this day and age. Indeed, a hard PP will certainly get him arrested as a pervert in public. Though he was only looking respectfully, society may think otherwise. Such negative thoughts are bringing Miyagi's mind to dark places all over again. He remembers being laughed at by his co-workers and the determination to never feel the same again. "Hey!" a voice called to our boy as his thought went on. Yet, our boy does not return his attention until many more tries later, very much like when we try to slide into our crush's DM and she never responds. Weirdly, the voice sounds rather familiar. While still panting from the intense activities just now, the girl holds up Miyagi's lucky Vtuber figure and points at it with a smile. Leaving in such a hurry, Miyagi dropped his dignity behind. Seeing his dignity in a stranger's hand, our boy is scared and starts emoting like a Fortnite player. He thanks the girl for picking up the charm for him and apologizes for the trouble before the girl can say something else. The spineless introvert runs away yet again until he arrives at his tiny apartment. When Miyagi arrives at the door, he realizes something else is missing along with his dignity. It was his brain cells. He clearly left them behind because he can no longer locate his apartment keys. He takes out the phone in his pocket and phones up the management company, hoping for them to provide him with a backup key. But of course, his phone battery died at this exact moment. Suddenly, MC hears the same familiar voice once again. You guessed it. It was the girl from just now. She followed him all the way back to his apartment. Ha! Who is the stalker now, huh? A long and awkward stare down later. The pair return to the very same bench where the legend began. The spineless MC called the management company with the girl's phone and requested a backup key. For the second time today, MC thanks the girl for the trouble and waves goodbye. The girl, meanwhile, has other plans for our boy. She points out that he will have some more spare time before the management company shows up, and they should have a chat when Miyagi is waiting for them to arrive. As a kind gesture for receiving the phone, the MC reluctantly agrees to keep the girl companied. Miyagi takes the lead to initiate the conversation. He finally asks the question that has been on his mind for a long time. Have you perhaps run away from home? To which the girl responds that she just fought with her parents. Initially, she is taking shelter at internet cafes and karaoke, but such places become noisy after nightfall, because from enough manga and anime, we know something interesting often goes on there. Without going deeper into the same topic, the girl changes the conversation and asks Miyagi if he likes VTubers. Look at how smug she is. She knows a simp when she sees one. The girl knows more than she should. From one glance, she is able to tell that the rubber strap is part of the 100 limited lottery that was released just today. As an alpha, she can sense betas in heat. She sensed MC's gigabeta energy from miles away. With confidence, she is able to say that Miyagi must be an anime enjoyer. Yet her intuition is wrong today. The boy doesn't watch much anime. Neither does he know a lot about Vtuber. He is interested in but one girl, the girl on the rubber strap. Amasaki Nina. She is a special case for him. A usual Vtuber only has one pair of jiggly puffs. She has one extra pair on her head, doubling the attraction. Suddenly we enter a flashback arc. Miyagi used to date someone in his office. He respected her as his colleague and senior. He respected her so much that he even respected those cheeks with rounds of applause. He wanted to work hard to be a good match for her. Sadly, he was cheated on in the end. The person she cheated with was a higher-up from the same company. Little did MC know, a surprise awaits him at the office the next day. The story was spun around. The rumor has it that Miyagi is the one who cheated on the senior. Even if he had tried his best to clear the misinformation, no one would believe him. Since then, all things went south, including his mentality. Then, as if he has finally snapped back to reality, MC apologizes for bringing up such a heavy topic to the girl she just met. The girl responds positively, completely fine with being burdened with the filthy adult happenings. It is utterly bizarre why Miyagi would open up so much to a stranger he just met, and neither does he know the reason himself. Excited, the girl wants to hear more about the story, hoping to hear a satisfying revenge story like those in manga. Sadly, this is no redo of a healer, so a stick slap doesn't take place. After being outcasted by his co-workers, MC saw Nina's stream by accident. Her charming personality and cheerful energy, even amongst the presence of countless slanders, brought him courage. Thanks to the jiggly puffs, he can work part-time again and barely keep himself alive. No matter who would have saved him at that time, the unchanging fact is that the one who did save him was none other than Nina. That's why she's been so special to him all this time. The MC still has social anxiety due to trust issues, yet the VTuber Nina has given him the hope to someday bounce back again with cheerful smiles in front of people. The girl listens to Miyagi's heartfelt monologue with empathy. She stares silently at the protagonist's side profile as he goes on. Right now, MC works part-time at a convenience store, but he wishes to take on another programming gig to rebound quickly. Without hesitating or thinking twice, the girl says in an affirming voice that no doubt the MC can achieve his goals. Because when fellow weebs allocate their time elsewhere, we would already have flying unicorns. Feeling uneasy, our boy starts apologizing for being a stinky otaku that watches VTuber all day. He realizes simping is bad, and the streamer likely does not take the job seriously either. The girl disrupts what the MC is about to say, correcting him on the part where he thinks streamers are just messing around. She thinks that streamers who take the job seriously do exist. For a stream to be successful, the streamer has to interact with chat and enjoy themselves. They will have to worry about breaking characters or personas. Therefore, most do the job out of enjoyment. Dismissing such efforts and calling it playing around is a grave disrespect to all the hard-working streamers who take their job seriously. Fortunately, the management company came just in time, so Miyagi does not have to deal with her Karen-ass bullshit. The convenience store worker quickly bows a few times and apologizes for the inconveniences and rushes away. The manager hands over the spare key to the MC so he can finally go back to his cave. Just now he made a girl angry. With speechcraft at 0, no wonder he has been maidenless. Unfortunately, his programming 69 techniques does not work on real girls. I wonder how he even managed to get an ex-girlfriend to begin with. Feeling tired, our boy violates his favorite Nina Dakimakura face first. In his mind, he appreciates Nina's presence, for without her, he feels as if his entire existence will be denied or even forgotten. She would sometimes read out her super chat and answer one of his comments during the stream. Being just a simp is enough for our boy. Simps don't get hurt easily because they have nothing else to lose. Realizing the plot is going f***ing nowhere, MC's stomach decides to help a bit by making him go buy some food. Finally, with more cup ramen bought, our boy starts his journey back to his cave. Only then did our boy start thinking about the girl he pissed off earlier. Maybe she is long gone. Surprisingly, the girl is still there on the bench alone. The MC is left speechless by the AFK girl. It is dangerous for a girl to AFK alone at night, but she is likely angry at Miyagi already, so is it really the right approach for him to interact with her again? At this moment, a Yakuza-looking dude straight out of hentai appears in front of the girl, trying to demonetize this channel. The MC mistakenly thinks that the pair are acquaintances and decides to leave, pretending not to see anything. But the girl spots him first and flags him down. With an almost overly cheerful and familiar manner of speech, she greets him as if they were supposed to meet up a while ago. She pretends to be MC's girlfriend to get away from the nasty Yakuza member. Nonetheless, the faceless side character does not give up. He knows that if he gives up easily, Plot-kun will destroy him later. He proceeds with his standardized dialogue and offers to provide a place to stay for the lonely girl. How kind, I'm almost in tears. Taking the chance, MC decides to chicken out the situation, but the girl is obviously against the idea of going to this side character's place. The moment he turns his back on the arguing two, his mind becomes clear, and the time slows down. Running away, pretending not to be involved in the situation, is just continuing things as always. Instead of hoping that something will change for the better, he should be the force to lead the change himself. Now he remembers how positive the girl was towards him earlier, despite them being complete strangers. Seeing her in need of help, he wants to offer his strength. This is the moment an important decision was made. The Sigma in training turns back and lets his presence be known. The MC points out that what the side character is doing is against YouTube's TOS, which is punishable by demonetization. However, the man in tasteless shirt choice does not give a f***. He continues to push his agenda and even tries to assault the MC if he is in the way. Remember, an alpha cannot ignore a beta in heat, and an ultimate beta such as our boy declares that he is currently in heat and desires to be assaulted by strong alphas. Such bold and vulgar words made the angry man rethink his decisions and back off altogether. Maybe he is not an alpha after all. Finally, the Yakuza-looking character breaks away from the MC and walks off the scene. Such a genius strategy was surely impressive, but at what cost? Oh wait, he already has his dignity dropped somewhere. Soon the girl rushes over to check on the MC to make sure his brain is intact. She also wants to apologize for dragging Miyagi into the mess. A man she doesn't know approached her, so she panicked and thought of the previous excuses. The protagonist shrugs off and says that he should be the one apologizing for causing such cringe performances just now. Indeed, cringe is a capital sin punishable by public denouncement. Since the man wants to apologize so much, the girl takes advantage of it and proposes to stay over at MC's place for the night. But why? Why would she reject the offer from a friendly neighborhood Yakuza dude only to stay at the house of another complete stranger? Of course, it was because our boy is the protagonist of the story. The girl is so afraid that the Yakuza might come back, so she wants to stay with our boy for tonight. She was afraid that no one would find her and be able to offer help in that situation. But the MC did. So for finding her, the girl sincerely thanks the MC with a big grin on her face. Haven't we heard that somewhere before? It was at this moment the MC realized something forbidden. It is an archaic knowledge too dangerous to understand, a Vtuber's true identity. Of course, a man in love will always recognize the voice of his crush, just like how I will always recognize Rie Kugimiya when I hear. How could he not have noticed sooner? Such an energetic and soothing voice can only belong to Amasaki Nina, the Vtuber he adores so much. As of now, the manga has 25 chapters. This video covers chapter 1, so there are plenty left to enjoy. The manga name is in the pinned comment below. We upload weekly, so if you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching until the end.